Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Saiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Devuri Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Reading from Srimad Bagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 2, Text 43. I welcome everyone for this Bagavatam session. Text number 43. So I'll recite the sloka. Iti achyutangrihim bhajato nivritya bhaktir viraktir bhagavat prabodaha bhavanti vai bhagavatasya rajams tata param shantim upaiti sakshat. Synonyms. Iti, thus, achyuta, of the infallible Supreme Lord. Angrim, the feet. Bhajata, for one who is worshipping. Anuvritya, by constant practice. Bhakti, devotion. Virakti, detachment. Bhagavat, prabodha, knowledge of personality of Godhead. Bhavanti, they manifest. Why, indeed. Bhagavatasya, for the devotee. Rajan, O King Nimi. Tata, then. Param Shantim, supreme peace. Upaiti, he attains. Sakshat, directly. Translation purport given by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear King, the devotee who worships the lotus feet of infallible personality of Godhead with constant endeavor, thus he achieves unflinching devotion, detachment, and experienced knowledge of personality of Godhead. In this way, the successful devotee of the Lord achieves supreme spiritual peace. Hare Krishna. So here in this Om Agnana Timirandasya Gnana Anjana Sarakaya Chakshurunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutare Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sapadantigam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pashtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavranda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare. So in this verse, this chapter, Maharaj Nimi meets the Navayogendras. So Nimi is trying his level best to the greater extent for clarifying all his spiritual doubts with Navayogendras. So the Navayogendras are trying to clarify all his doubts and engage Nimi Maharaj in transcendental pastimes of the Lord. So a pure devotee who is seriously practicing Bhakti Yoga will always have a desire and will not have any kama or will not have any other desires except pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And also he sees everywhere Krishna and in everyone Krishna. So in this particular verse it says that the devotee who worships the lotus feet of the infallible personality of Godhead, who is constantly practicing Bhakti Yoga or constantly practicing Krishna consciousness without any deviation, ahaituki apratihiti, he will not have any intention or he will not have any other motivation except serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead's lotus feet. So he will not have even a pinch of desire also he will not have. He will try to always please Supreme Personality of Godhead. And in his mind or in his lifetime, he will put up all his, he will put all his endeavors, how best we can please the Supreme Personality of God. Like the Gopikas in Vrindavan, in Vrajadam. So they have no other business except the business of serving Radha and Krishna. Like in Tulsi Pradhana we says Sada Jina Basi, Sri Radha Govinda Prema Sada Jina Basi. They always want to swim in the pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, like that, the pure devotee who takes the shelter of, who worship the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he will achieve the pure devotion and experiences the knowledge of personality of Supreme Personality of God, knowledge of personality of Godhead. So in this way he will be successful devotee of the Lord, achieve supreme spiritual peace. In this connection, there is one Bhagavad Gita sloka is there, 2.71. Vihaya kamanya sarvan pumamsa charati nispruha nirmamo nirahankaraha sa shantim adhigacchati. A person who has given up all desires for sense gratification, who lives free from desires, who has given up all sense proprietorship, and who is devoid of falsity, he alone can attain real peace. So here in this verse it says that how one can get a real peace. A person can get a real peace when he is free from all sense gratification. Sense gratification refers to in different platforms. Like one may have sense gratification towards attraction towards other sex, and one may have attraction towards in a modern world, say for example sports, and in cinema industry, film industry, and politics. He may also have attraction to different other hobbies, spending time roaming around with his friends, or roaming around with his fellow beings. He will have more attraction towards earning money or becoming stinking rich. So like this in the modern world, there are so many types of sense gratifications. So a person who is not serious in devotion service, a person who is not a sincere bhakti practitioner, will have all this, will access to these different types of sense gratification. So he wants just while away his time, spare his time only to satisfy his bodily needs rather than satisfying the needs of the soul. So the need of the soul is to cleanse the heart, or by different types of Navabhakti Yoga. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevakam, Arthanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. This is Uttama Bhakti. If one wants to please Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has to practice this Navabhakti Vidana. Among this, there are very three different types of devotion service, or 5 types of devotion service, which has been mentioned by Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, that one is Nama Seva, Bhagavat Sapta, Shri Vigraharadhana, and then the association of devotees, and also visiting dhams. These 5 contributes lot of these 5 things contributes lot of encouragement and lot of enthusiasm and lot of absorption. With these 5 aspects keeping in our mind, if we practice Krishna consciousness, one can take the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So among that, Nama Sankirtana and Sadhu Sangha and Bhagavat Shravana, these 3 are very, very primary important aspects with regards to pure devotion service. So a devotee should always concentrate or offer prayers to the Supreme Personality of Godhead to engage in these 3 activities, so that he can become a very good student of Srimad Bhagavatam, and he will become he will slowly, gradually starts developing Namaruchi in his chanting of holy names of the Lord. So a person who gives up all desires for sense gratification, and one should be free from desires, should not have any desire. Akama sarvakama moksha kama tivrena bhakti yogena, it says, tivrena bhakti yogena. Akama sarvakama moksha kama. You should not have any desire. And he should given up the sense of proprietorship, because in the material world most of us will be having this sense of proprietorship. This is my residence, this is my bungalow, this is my house, this is my car, this is my bike. Everything belongs to me. Everything belongs to I, me and mine. So these three horrible words will make us again to enter into the yoni of this material world, enter into the yoni of different birth. So should be cautious enough to avoid this concept of sense gratification, and also one should free from desires, and also one should not have any sense of proprietorship. They're saying that I am the proprietor for this, I am the proprietor of so many bungalows, I am the proprietor of so many industries, so many corporate sectors. This proprietorship, because of this proprietorship, because of this the Yajaman Bhava of our Ishvara, or this sense of proprietorship, we will be forced to take again to enter into the different types of yonis. So in Madhya Leela, Chaitanya Charitamrita also, there is one verse which is Krishna Bhakta Niskama Ateva Shanta Bhukti Mukti Kama Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakali Ashanta Shanta. Here a devotee of Krishna, or devotee of Lord Krishna, is free from all desires and will always be free from miseries, distress and chaos, because he has no other business except pleasing Krishna, except satisfying Krishna. Or he will not at all think of anything, or he will not meditate on any other thing rather than pleasing Krishna. So no matter how much ever he leads the life in this material world, but still he is like a lotus flower, where the lotus flower will not have any sort of wetness in the pond. So like that, similarly the devotee who is free from desires, who is free from all kama, bhukti, mukti, siddhi, he is always he is always far from all these material designations and also the material dvandas. So in this Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, it's a very beautiful sloka where it says that because of devotee's love towards Krishna, he is very peaceful. He knows wherever we are happen to go to this material world, or if we happen to see the materialistic persons, there will be always ashanti. There will be no peace at all, because we desire for something, and if the desires are not fulfilled, then definitely will be again become ashanti. There is no peace at all, because we have not attained what we have opted for, or what we craved for, the particular desire. So here, the pure devotee or a devotee of Krishna, Lord Krishna, is desireless. He doesn't have any desire. That is why he is always peaceful. His only desire is to please the Lord, to satisfy the Lord. But fruity workers desire material enjoyment. Fruity workers desires for material enjoyment. They always want to satisfy their senses. That is why they'll always go in search of material desires. And the Jnanis desire liberation from this material world, from this birth and death cycle. But the yogis will always have desire for the material opulence. Therefore, they are all lusty and cannot be peaceful. So Krishna Bhakta is Nishkama and is Ataeva Shanta. Krishna Bhakta is Nishkama. He doesn't have any desires. That is why he is very peaceful, always peaceful. His mind is always controlled. His senses are controlled. And his mood and mission is always different. He always wants to deliver the fallen souls. So in this connection also, the Lord Shiva himself has prized this outstanding quality of a pure devotees of the Lord by stating, Narayana parasarve na kutaschana bibyati Swarga apavarga narakeshu api tulyartha darshanaha. So this sloka says that for a devotee, even a heavenly planet or a hellish planet is the same, because wherever he goes, wherever he lands up, he will always be remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he will always be chanting the holy names of the Lord, because he knows in the material world there is always, it will ends up with dukkha and shoka. So in the beginning, as Prahlad Maharaj says, there will be always pleasure by enjoying the material opulences or material desires, but at the end he will land up with so many miseries. He will land up with so much cruelty he will experience. So then only he will realize. But after realizing also, the materialistic persons again, they will search for the material satisfaction. They will go beyond, they will go in search of sense gratification. That's the laughable matter there in the material world. So but the devotee, once he realizes that apart from Krishna, or rather than fully satisfying Krishna, there is no other desire which can give us the peace of mind. In Bagavatam also there is one sloka which says that, this is from sloka from Bagavatam 6:17-28. But the impersonalist always merges with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thinking that that is the ultimate stage, that is the highest stage. But beyond that there is a Paramatma stage, beyond that there is Bhagavan. All these things are mentioned. There are three types of spiritualists in this spiritual platform. So there is so Nimi Maharaj asks the first question to the Navayogendras, that what is the highest good? So that we are going to discuss now in the text number 44.